Okay, hopefully you were able to get those all figured out. I want to point out a few things here, important things. First of all, when you have an exponent, like -5 to the 0, the -5 part is called the base, the 0 is called the exponent. When the base is negative, we always put it in parentheses, and that's because -5 to the 0 equals 1, but -5 to the 0, what that actually means is that you're going to be doing this part first, and then making it negative. And so without those parentheses, this ends up being -1. So whenever we have a negative base, we always got to put in those parentheses. And if you do that in your calculator, you can also get the wrong answer there. Another example would be, and this is one that a lot of people make, like on E here, we have -4 to the -2. And a lot of times when people have negative things to a negative, oh, it's not showing up. Why isn't it showing up? Okay, so when we have -4 to the -2, it's very easy for people to put into their calculator without the parentheses and get the wrong answer. So in that, we're looking at 1 over -4 squared. And -4 squared, a lot of people will say that that is 1 over -16. Don't make that mistake. -4 times -4 is a negative times a negative, so it equals +16. If you don't put the parentheses in your calculator will even tell you that it's -16. So be careful with those parentheses when you're doing a negative number to an exponent. All right. The next thing is simplifying exponential expressions. So here, we're doing the same idea, but it's a little more complicated because we have multiple things. In A here, well, we have 5 times a to the 3 times b to the -2. And simplifying means no negative exponents. So that's when they say simplifying, they mean get rid of the negative ones. Well, 5a to the 3rd, b to the -2, we know that 5a to the 3rd, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But we've got this b to the -2, and that's the same as 1 over b squared. And so when we convert it like that, we can see we're almost there. And actually, if you were to multiply these, 5 times a to the 3rd is the same as 5 times a to the 3rd over 1. So we can multiply these two fractions, and we get 5a to the 3rd over b squared. And that is the simplified version because we've gotten rid of that b to the -2, no negative exponents. We're good to go there. Here we have a negative exponent in the denominator. And so there's a couple different ways to think about this. But the one we are going to use, oh my goodness, is that we'll rewrite it like this: 1 divided by x to the -5. And then we'll rewrite this x to the -5, 1 divided by 1 over x to the 5th, because that's what x to the -5 means. And now we'll use a little trick here where division is the same as multiplication by the reciprocal. So for a quick example, if I had 4 divided by 1/2, that would be the same as if I took this and I flipped it upside down and multiplied. That's the same as 4 times 2 over 1, or just 4 times 2. So whenever you're dividing, you can always multiply by the reciprocal. In this case, multiplying the reciprocal gives me 1 times x to the 5th. And 1 times anything is just itself, so that is just x to the 5th. And that is my simplified version. So when I took 1 over x to the negative 5 and I simplified it, I got x to the 5th. Here's a few of those that you can try on your own. Make sure when you're done there's no negative exponents. Good luck with that.